Welcome back to the 5 episode of How to Understand the Markets. During the last episode, we talked about the daily cycle works, and we will see on these charts how to daily cycle works and how to understand more about this concept. This video explains how the market reproduces every day, and take time to take a note and listen carefully because it's so much important and it can help you very much during your analysis. Let's see that right away. So when I explained on the last video about the daily cycle, about where is the target of the higher time frame perspective, the price all the time respect the higher time frame perspective and all the time respect the session and the daily cycle. The daily cycle operate all the time with the same way. We have the Asian session, we have the London session, and we have the New York session. So when I'm going on my chart, the only indicator I use is Asian highs and low middle line, or Asian range by Nikon F948. It's different indicator, but it's the only indicator I use because it can help me to identify when I trade London, where is my Asian high and where is my Asian low. It's very helpful for a lot of traders, and this is the only indicator I use. Sometimes I use fractal to my highs and low, but I prefer to use this only indicator during the day. So let's talk about the example of the 7th September. This is the same example I used for the last episode. So the price during the Asian session consolidate. You can see the price consolidate, create some equal highs waiting to be swept. Price create an expansion during the Frankfurt open price, and after at 3 a.m. fake move. So the price create a fake move during the Frankfurt. Okay, so the price just Frankfurt high took the Frankfurt high, and after you can see the price took out my Frankfurt high. This is my Frankfurt high. Create a fake move and create the opening at London at 3. Okay, so after the price just took out my Frankfurt high, it create a fake momentum. Just the Frankfurt high coming back to my New York previous new high, and the price reverse, right? So you can catch one buy, one long, and one short doing that. But you can see the price didn't took my highs and low. So that's so much important to understand, because the price didn't took my highs and low, and we have liquidity above here. Okay, lot of liquidity above here. So when the price didn't took out, for example, my highs and high or my highs and low, it must took out this both part. Sometimes I know the price didn't just took out my highs and low and didn't took out my highs and high during the same day. But trust me, if you backtest all the time, the price coming back here, because it operates all the time with the same things to one pool of liquidity to the next. So if they don't mitigate the previous highs and high or previous highs and low or the same of the day, it must mitigate perhaps on the same day or perhaps tomorrow or perhaps in the week. Okay, so remember, when you enter on the market, the price must to grab the Frankfurt liquidity and after the London liquidity. So on the London trade, on the London session, the price create my possible high of the day and create my possible London low, and it didn't took out my Asian low. So what's going on? The price must to go on my Asian low. So the first thing is a lot of traders going at this level because they want to trade the retrace, the continuation, thinking the price continue to go higher, but they don't mitigate, the price didn't mitigate my highs and low. So this is just a trap. And you can see the trap is during before the New York opening price. You can see the price coming back, mitigate my OB, but this is fake OB, and all early buyers was take out, right? That's so much important. And you can see after the price grab liquidity from my highs and low. After the price grab my liquidity from my highs and low, and it create minor liquidity. If you remember, like I told on the last episode, we must to create internal minor liquidity to external liquidity. It's so much important to understand. So the price create just aggressive movement during London, coming back to my previous high of the day and create some liquidity target, an external liquidity, right? After the price just coming back to my highs and low, sweep at this level my highs and low, respect the daily cycle about the consolidation, the expansion, coming back and mitigate not my London, take out my London. We have some equal lows at this level. You can see we have some equal lows at this level, so the price must to mitigate my equal lows and took out my equal lows because this is liquidity. That's why a lot of people was trapped, like smart money trap at this level. And price coming back to my sell side liquidity and my liquidity pool, because we know we have ton of liquidity here. And after the price create at 8:30 the real move. Price create some liquidity here. It build up some liquidity before. Price build up some liquidity at this level during the retracement phase. During the first episode, I told you about the building up of liquidity, create inducement low, sell side liquidity. We have confirmation entry at this level, and the price took out all the liquidity. And my first target will be my London high. So now we know the price want to target one level, but what is the level you want to target? You always want to target your previous daily high. And when we go on the 15 minute time frame, we can see my previous daily high was at. Okay, my previous daily high was at on the 6th of September, and the price didn't mitigate. It just mitigate my previous new high from the 6th and just create some equal highs, and the price must to swap these equal highs and just build up liquidity during the retracement phase during New York, and after coming back to my liquidity pool, protect this strong low perhaps, and after the price collect all the liquidity and target my previous daily high. And that's how the market works, and that's all the time the market is moving on, and all the time the market operates. The markets operate all the time with the same way. It took out my previous daily high, previous daily low, sell side, and money transferred the sell side liquidity to the buy side liquidity. This is just a money transfer, like a lot of traders said, aka shock. But I don't like to trade like shock, or don't like to trade like BOS. Okay, in this case, this is a strong low on the ASIAN. Strong low mean a lot of liquidity at this level, because this previous daily low was protect, and this is my strong low. And after the price just create a trap, a smart money trap, a lot of people here, because lot of liquidity waiting to be swept on the higher time frame perspective, because the algorithm want to target the higher time frame perspective. And that's all the price just continuate of the price. You can see if we go on the 15 minutes, or if we go on the 30 minutes, you can see we have some equal lows or relative equal highs, so equal highs at this level, and the price must to swap these equal highs, right? The price must to took out these equal highs, and that's so much too important, because we have some equal highs at this level. The price collect all the liquidity, build up liquidity on the first inducement low, lot of sellers, and the price after grab all the liquidity and collect the liquidity from my previous perspective, my previous daily high, and my previous target. The intent of the price was bearish intent, but you must understand the price, and I will see after on the other video, or to understand what is the strong liquidity and the strong trend, and the not the strong trend. And you can see all the time the price create a deep retracement during the for the higher time perspective, and that's so much important. That's why it's so much important to follow the direction of the price, and that's all we can tagging for example, the SSL to the BSL. It's just my buy side liquidity and my sell side liquidity. When the price took out one of both liquidity, we can reverse, like I told you on the first episode of the major liquidity. This example on the 5 minute was just a minimum and major liquidity, because we want to take advantage of this. That's why I prefer to trade during New York, because we have more liquidity to provide, because on the US market. Okay, so I hope this video helped you a lot. Welcome back on this very interesting, and I hope all this first episode can you help you with going on next level on the 6th episode. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon, guys.